Welcome back to another installment of the 94 podcast. I'm joined here with my co-host Jim Bushy, live from Green Bay in the newsroom. I'm Brook Eddle here in studio in CCX in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Hey, it's a lovely summer weekend. We got football on TV. We had some football already this week. For all your football junkies, I'm sure everyone is getting their fill this weekend, especially in Minnesota. It's Vikings game day. Vikings taking on the Houston Texans in game one of the preseason. A lot of Vikings fans getting their first look at J.J. McCarthy after the injury, post meniscus injury. So this is going to be a huge off-season and now preseason going into the regular season. Jim, so far, have you caught a little bit of the action? I think I've seen J.J. McCarthy pick up a fourth down with his legs. That might have been the highlight.
Yeah, no, I caught some of it. It was actually very good. It's nice to see him go out there. It's nice to see him actually throw a ball, feeling fine. It's great to see him be out there and do everything. So it's great to see him back on the field. It's great to see him making plays, running, and everything. The knee looks fine.
Exactly. Main thing, knee looks fine. I know Justin Jefferson is dealing with that hamstring, and he looks to be getting geared up for week one in Chicago. So that's the main concern. Obviously, these games do not matter. You just want to stay alive. You do not want to lose anybody significant in any way to jeopardize your outcomes this upcoming regular season in hopes of qualifying for the playoffs once again. Kevin O'Connell, reigning coach of the year, has a lot of decisions to be made, both on the offense, defense. I think special teams, we also look at, who's going to be the specialist there in regards to who's going to be returning kicks. Maybe Ty Felton, the rookie out of Maryland, might get some play there. We've seen rookies already this preseason get an opportunity. I think LeJonte Wester did return I believe it was a punt for the Baltimore Ravens. So these rookies are making a splash. Also for the New England Patriots, Trevion Henderson had a kickoff return for the New England Patriots. So, yeah, already there's some rookies making their splash. You still got Travis Hunter later this evening. Shadur Sanders debuted yesterday. He had a nice outing with 2 scores. A clean game, avoiding any major turnovers or mistakes, being able to break the huddle. That's been a big focus for a lot of these quarterbacks, just getting their debut. You got Cam Ward coming up in regards to his debut, being the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. It's perfect that you're wearing that shirt, Jim. We're talking about the results of the draft. So far, Ashton Genty had his debut with the Las Vegas Raiders. Had to hold myself and not call them the Oakland Raiders there. But they were in Seattle. Fun story, though, in regards to Geno Smith making his return to Seattle. Did you hear a little bit about that?
No, I did not. What were they saying?
Okay, the Seattle fans, they had a sign that read, "Bigger bust, Geno or Jamarcus Russell." And I think that's uncalled for.
Yeah, really uncalled for there.
Yeah, that's a low blow. Maybe it might be just like tying it back to Jamarcus Russell being an Oakland Raider at the time when he was getting drafted, and that kind of reignites the old AFC West rivalry. But Geno Smith, I think he did have a resurrection of his career in Seattle. They did make the playoffs, and they won divisions. I'm a little perplexed in regards to some of the Seattle fans being upset. They didn't draft him.
No.
he was drafted by the New York Jets in the second round, 7th pick overall. So it's clear it's not even a conversation. Jamarcus Russell is the biggest bust. But
I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I mean, it's Geno Smith isn't a bust. I mean, he may have not be in his prime anymore, but he's been more impactful than the other guy.
Absolutely, no question about it. And then, Jim, this is the crescendo to the story here. There was he gave him the double bird. That was his gesture to the fans. So I won't do it here because, you know, obviously, like, there's no need. I mean, we could pull up the graphic. We could run the highlights in regards to Geno Smith running out to the field in Seattle. But Max Crosby, which we know is one of the most revered pass rushers in the game, had his quarterbacks back, his new quarterbacks back, and he also flipped him the double bird on the way onto the field. So maybe Geno Smith is a perfect Raider. Maybe.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, moving on. Ashton Jeanty, though, and speaking of the rookie that had his debut in that game, and he had 3 rushes for -1 yards. Of course, we're not going to panic. It's just preseason. The Raiders' offensive line maybe got, to get back into the film room because there were some miscues there. But Ashton Jeanty, underwhelming in regards to his debut. We talked about Shadur Sanders. Travis Hunter will be debuting both as a wide receiver and a corner. So that will be interesting to watch in regards to how Jacksonville, the majority of his snap share, how that will play out. Other news that did break this week, Jordan Addison, Minnesota Vikings wide receiver, number 2 on the depth chart, will be out for the first 3 weeks of the NFL season due to his DUI suspension from last summer. Your thoughts before we move on the story until the regular season?
I'm not surprised at all. I mean, everyone knew that he was going to get suspended, and I think he pleaded down in the case, if I once last read. But I'm not surprised at all. You do stupid things. You gotta pay attention to the consequences. These are the consequences. It could have been way worse for him, but these are the consequences he has to deal with.
Exactly, absolutely. These are just the consequences that are facing Jordan. Definitely want to make sure that he gets on the right track, because we do want to make sure that this young man is able to really live up to his potential. But again, we'll see how this plays out. But again, those first 3 weeks, that's going to be a tough pill to swallow for Vikings fans, because in those first 3 weeks, you got Chicago. You're at Chicago for Monday night. And after Monday night, you're looking at the Falcons at home. So that's another tough game. That's another tough NFC game. The good thing is that will be the home opener. That will be a Sunday night. So if Kirk Cousins somehow is starting, he gets his opportunity to be primetime Kirk in US Bank Stadium once again. But if Michael Penix Jr. is the quarterback, that's going to be a really good matchup between the number 9 pick and the number 10 pick, between J.J. McCarthy and Michael Penix. And then also in week 1, it's going to be J.J. McCarthy versus Caleb Williams, the same draft class. And then we fast forward to week 3, it's going to be the Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Trey Hendrickson maybe visiting the Minnesota Vikings. And then this will be the final game for Jordan Addison's suspension. So that will be that'll be a noon kickoff against the Bengals. And then Jordan Addison is set to return overseas against the Pittsburgh Steelers when we take the trip out to Dublin Dublin to play Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that's the first. That's the first quarter of the season. But getting back on track here, what's your thoughts though in regards to Ty Felton and Jalen Naylor? What opportunities do they have in those 3 games against the Bears, against the Falcons, and against the Bengals? Do you think they have an opportunity to really take a big step forward in this offense?
Oh, 100%. Like, you lose your number 2 overall wide receiver, everyone's best defensive defender is going to be on Jordan Jefferson. Or Justin Jefferson.
Yep. Justin Jefferson. Yep.
That gives everyone else a chance to shine, a chance to prove why they should be number 2. This is a huge opportunity, actually. You know that saying, you miss 100% of shots you don't take? Well, this is a chance for all those young receivers, all those receivers behind Addison to step up and show, like, hey, I deserve to be number 2. I deserve to be number 1. I deserve to battle for number 1 spot. So it's going to be fun to watch.
Exactly, because we know nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. No, I'm just kidding. But it will be an interesting perspective in regards to seeing who's going to step up as the number 2 to JJ during that time. Will Jalen Naylor fill that role? Because he did have a really good start to his season last year. Then he kind of cooled down, kind of simmered down a little bit as the season went on. Again, seeing what Ty Felton could do underneath, running a lot of, routes in the middle of the field. That'll be really fun to watch. And then they're going to get him in the ball in multiple ways, like jet sweeps, bubble screens. So that'll be fun to watch how Kevin O'Connell utilizes his talents. And again, we're going to see TJ Hawkinson back, like a full healthy offseason. I'm excited to see how he gels with JJ McCarthy, because I know that they've been working very closely this offseason. And JJ McCarthy is going to be soon to be a new dad. So he's got that to look forward to. He's got the rest of the preseason coming up. We got 2 more games after today's game. Vikings right now, we'll give you a live score update. It's 13-7, just the start of the second half. I know a lot of defensive players and offensive players are fighting for a spot on the roster. Brian Asamoah may be getting cut, so that'll be interesting to kind of see how the linebacker depth is looked at, because we know that we have solidified the back end with Harrison Smith and then Josh Metellus, for the most part being a career Viking, because he just signed his extension. So it's nice to see that we have a lot of familiar faces coming back into year 3 of the B-Flow defense. And Blake Cashman, Blake Cashman has already been on record saying, like, hey, this defense is going to be really fun, and it's only going to get better because they're in year 3, and it's just getting more and more, tactical in regards to all the chess pieces that Brian Flores is working on the defensive side. Special teams, I don't know, anything that you're looking forward to. I mean, I guess like punters and field goal kickers. Obviously, Minnesota Vikings and kickers has always just been notorious.
Okay, well, I'm always looking for punters and kickers to make it actually work and not just flub everything up.
Right.
I'm looking forward to seeing the defense if they could step up. And they didn't get much help in the offseason. They weren't the best in the division. They weren't best in the league. So I'm hoping that they can step up this season and, hey, bring back last year. Let's win a game. Let's win the division this time. Let's actually not have to worry about a rebuild. And let's worry about going straight to the playoffs. And let's go to the Super Bowl game. I want to see a Super Bowl win.
Exactly. That's a That's the hope and aspiration. High aspirations. Again, we have to also see what JJ McCarthy is able to do in those high leverage situations. I'm looking forward to that. But seeing his track record, he's won on every level. He's won in high school. He's won in college. He's a national champion at Michigan. So yeah, we know that JJ McCarthy is all-out performance in regards to those clutch moments. So really excited to see, how he's able to really take on, this offense and the vision, the quarterback whisperer in Kevin O'Connell. But getting back to the rest of the NFL, we got Micah Parsons unsigned without a deal with Dallas. He's upset. We got Trey Hendrickson in conversations with Cincinnati. They don't have a deal on the table. And I know there's several other rookies as well. I think Cincinnati's having a really tough time in regards to securing their first round, or I believe their first round pick has not signed to date. So that's kind of interesting in regards to, first let's just start with Micah Parsons. What do you think of that whole situation in Dallas?
I mean, it's Dallas. They always have all these problems. They're just going to keep shooting themselves in the foot, and then they're going to wonder why we can't win the division, why we can't beat the Eagles, why aren't we making the playoffs. And it's not good. It's not a good look. So they either need to get a deal done now or they need to trade them. And if I was them, I'd rather get it done now than midway through the season when, who knows, you could be retooling and people are or people are going to know that he wants to get on, so it's going to affect your team now, or if you're going to play good and his value goes down because you're playing good. Or, I don't know, I try to trade him now, get him out of the locker room, but it is what it is.
Absolutely. I know that the defending champs, the Philadelphia Eagles, they don't want to see him. They don't want to see him week one. They'll be totally fine with Micah sitting out or not having a deal by the time the NFL season kicks off September 4th, Thursday night in Philadelphia, Lincoln Financial Field. A couple of items here too in regards to realizing that the Cowboys did sign Everson Griffin to a 1-year deal. I don't know if you heard that.
That's something.
That's something.
At least.
Yeah. And I know that he's had a stint with Dallas before, so this will be a second stint. And obviously, their defensive coordinator is Mike Zimmer, so that's kind of like a natural fit into the Mike Zimmer defense. As well as realizing what players are going to be cut. I know a lot goes into it, but just like understanding there's some players out here that could be available. I know that Ty Johnson for the Buffalo Bills might be on the bubble. We got other, obviously Cleveland, they got 17 quarterbacks in that quarterback room.
Yeah, oh my gosh. I don't know. It's gonna be tough. I think they cut. I think one of the rookies is gonna get cut in that Browns quarterback room. We just don't know who yet. Right.
Maybe Dylan Gabriel might be on a practice squad because again, it's kind of tough in regards to having that many quarterbacks, but not enough snaps to go around. But yeah, currently Kellen Mond probably is going to be on the outside looking in, former Viking, and then also looking at former Golden Gopher Tanner Morgan is on the Pittsburgh Steelers fighting for a roster spot. Just another quick whip around here. What do you think of Anthony Richardson, though? He got injured. That opens up the quarterback competition in Indianapolis. You got Daniel Jones, who just signed, former Minnesota Viking last year. And then also you have Riley Leonard out of Notre Dame. And Anthony Richardson is going to be sidelined with his finger for we don't know the timetable on his return, but that definitely shakes things up for Indianapolis and like what they're looking to do for this upcoming season.
I mean, I think it's going to be Danielson. He has the experience, but I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't work out after a couple of snaps. They're going to go straight to the next guy up. I'm not surprised. Richardson gets hurt. He's been so much injury prone, and I feel bad for that organization. They haven't had a good quarterback who can stay healthy in such a long time. So it's going to be tough, man. I think it's going to be Daniel Jones, but I don't know. I just don't know.
Right. It's too early to call it. Okay. Let's do a quick shift here. I don't know if you you're familiar with the works of no, we're shifting over to baseball real quick. There was a Hall of Fame matchup that potentially was the last time that they're gonna ever face each other, unless the LA Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays end up in the World Series. It could happen. I mean, Blue Jays are still, above 500, and they've been leading the AL East. And I know that pains you to hear that the Toronto Blue Jays are leading the AL East. But
it doesn't.
Yeah, go ahead.
It doesn't pain me as much as the Yankees. Whenever the Yankees do, the Yankees are the worst.
Okay, for sure, absolutely. But getting back to this Hall of Fame matchup between Max Scherzer and Clayton Kershaw for the final time. They were able to duel off over the weekend, and the first time that they actually were supposed to, the first time that they actually faced each other, it was two Hall of Fame pitchers that got scratched. The game that was
I remember this.
You remember this, right? It was Randy Johnson versus Greg Maddux. It was the Arizona Diamondbacks. Max Scherzer was on the Arizona, and obviously Clayton Kershaw played, his entire entire career with the LA Dodgers. So at that point, Clayton Kershaw had only 3 career wins, and Max Scherzer had yet to record his first career win. So what a way to kind of just like end this pitching duel saga in regards to like the final chapter. Pretty cool to kind of just see both those guys still in the game, and then also just seeing 2 of these Hall of Famers get after it one last time.
It's going to be nice to see, that's childhood growing up, so it just makes you feel old, man. I'm sorry, but it's making me feel old. Being like, I remember watching these guys when I was just starting the league, and now they're like future Hall of Famers, and they could be retiring soon. Man, I feel old. I don't know about you, but I feel old, man, hearing about that. And reminding myself about, oh my God, they've been in the league for so long now.
I know. They've been in the league for so long. Clayton Kershaw was able to get the last laugh. His Dodgers were able to hold off the Blue Jays 5-1. So that leaves the Dodgers at 67 and 49, and that drops the Blue Jays to 68 and 49. So there's still potential that they could face one more time, but again, highly unlikely that both of them make it to the World Series. We'll see if that is the case later in the season. But yeah, it does give you that like, oh, I'm getting old. I'm getting long in the tooth, because I'm literally grew up with these players, playing their first maybe a couple of MLB games. Now we're at the end of their career, and just realizing all the years, all the seasons that were put into these careers, and then also your life and how fast, life can come at you in regards to like, dang, that was definitely like a reality punch.
It really is. It is one. Like, my goodness.
Oh, most definitely. In regards to what do you think, though? I know that you posted something that was really interesting to me, especially I know that NBA is obviously it's slowing down, but we definitely want to give a quick shout out to the WNBA. It's been a crazy week in regards to all the stories, the sex toy gate in regards to throwing, the sex toys, and then also these perps are getting arrested. And again, that's just insane that the WNBA is dealing with that. But first, I want to actually talk about something positive. Asia Wilson, want to give her a quick shout out for the Las Vegas Aces on her 29th birthday. Jim, she scored 29 points and had 12 rebounds, so she got a double on her birthday with both of her parents in attendance. So definitely want to give some bright news to the WNBA because I know it's been kind of a very dark week for the WNBA in these past few weeks.
I mean, it's great to hear something good. I don't know about you, but it's hard to look at the league and hear anything good. Recently, it's been nothing but they're complaining about pay, the sex toy dildo gate.
Yeah,
it's good to hear some good news out of that league. It's good to hear all that fun stuff. And hey, congratulations for her 29th birthday, and hopefully many more healthy years to her.
Absolutely. That's all we could hope for in regards to keeping the sport and actually having integrity while attending these sporting events. I know the Minnesota Lynx, they just had a game just the other night. So yeah, and it was a packed house just in regards to just hearing all the fans that are going to these games. There's little kids in the stands. So for that to be happening, that's kind of okay, I don't know if everybody's gonna feel safe, but shout out to the Minnesota Lynx. I think they're in line right now to make another appearance in the WNBA finals. They're one of the top teams currently, sitting at top of the standings at the current pace, leading the pace in the WNBA at 26-5, followed by the New York Liberty, who beat the Minnesota Lynx in the decisive Game 5 last season in the WNBA finals. But we'll see if Napisha Collier can continue this MVP campaign and also, again, finish off the season hanging up a banner and having the confetti fall on the court. But again, we got Indiana Fever with Caitlin Clark. You got Las Vegas Aces. We just mentioned Asia Wilson. You got all these other teams that are vying to get into the postseason. Unfortunately, I don't think Paige Beckers and the Dallas Wings will be in the playoffs. Currently at 8-23, Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky also having a down year at 8-22. But yeah, let's focus on the teams here in contention with Atlanta and Phoenix and Indiana. Those are the teams that I think the Minnesota Lynx are definitely gearing up for, especially with the playoffs right around the corner. And we'll see if there will be another parade for the Minnesota Lynx coming up. But just to wrap up here on some notes here on the 94 podcast, Jim, you shared with me, getting back to the NFL real quick before we sign off, every NFL stadium ranked from 1 to 30. You had Green Bay at number 1.
I didn't have Green Bay.
I mean, the list that you shared. Yeah, sorry. Not you.
Yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful stadium. Don't get me wrong. I think they should have moved the Vikings stadium up a tier because I think it looks beautiful.
Yes.
But that's just me. But
I know you didn't create the list. I'm not scapegoating you. No. Because U.S. Bank is 6 on the list, so it's in that second tier. The first 5, real quick. Green Bay number 1, SoFi Stadium for both the Rams and the Chargers, and then the Mercedes for the Mercedes Dome, Mercedes Stadium, I believe, for the Atlanta Falcons, and then I think it was Allegiant Stadium for the Las Vegas Raiders, and Lucas Oil Field for the Indianapolis Colts. I'm like, dang, the Colts. Yeah, let's switch the Colts and the Vikings. I would be okay with that. Get the Vikings in that first tier. And then after the Vikings at 6, Dallas, Jerry's World, and then Seattle with CenturyLink Field. And then for me, it's always going to be Heinz Field for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And a controversial top 10 here, the Detroit Lions with Ford Field. I thought that was kind of a recency bias, but again, I'll give respect to the Lions. They definitely know how to pack the house and just make it a very difficult atmosphere for any road opponent. So it's loud there, but again, I felt maybe Arrowhead could have been higher. Surprised that San Francisco was kind of low. Also Houston. I was okay with where Arizona felt. Like Glendale was all right, being inside that stadium. And then also, I'm kind of surprised that Miami got as high as they did. I thought, maybe other stadiums like I thought Gillette Stadium kind of got a little bit of like, hey, we're forgetting about you. But there's some aura out there in Gillette.
Oh, God, there's always aura. Did you see that they put a 12-foot Brady statue outside of Gillette Stadium?
Yep, for all the Jets fans to hurl their beers at.
I mean, hey, you're going to hate winners.
Right. And Tom Brady was enshrined, as you said. It was a 12-foot statue?
I think it was. I could be wrong.
Okay.
I think it was.
I guess for 12, I mean, the symbolism of 12. So Robert Kraft paid respect to his former quarterback, and that's cool to kind of see Tom Brady be able to make his rounds. I don't know if are they gonna come out with a statue for bringing it back to current day? Do you think they're gonna bring out any statues for Patrick Mahomes? Obviously, they have to now, right? They saw what Brady got.
They have to.
They have to, right? Like there's current, like I would imagine Aaron Rodgers. Current players that are probably gonna get statues. Aaron Rodgers probably in Green Bay, I would assume.
Oh, he's going. They already said they're putting him in their Hall of Fame, ring of Hall of Fame numbers in Green Bay. So that's there.
No one's gonna wear 12 again for Green Bay.
Nope.
Gotcha. Matthew Stafford. I think he might get one in L.A. just because. No.
Stafford. I think Detroit maybe. For what he had to do with all those terrible teams in Detroit, he deserves a statue in Detroit.
Okay.
At least his jersey number.
At least his jersey number. He should be in the Ring of Honor. Right, for sure. I'm just thinking of another potentially Jalen Hurts for the Philadelphia Eagles if he wins multiple. I mean, they already have a statue for Nick Foles, so I think Jalen Hurts is probably next in line.
Possibly.
Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. Do you expect these guys to get statues by the time they hang it up?
I'm sorry, what was that?
In regards to other current players that you think could end up with statues by the end of their career. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow. Those are the three that come to my mind.
Josh Allen, 100%. He helped turn that organization around. Burrow, yeah, maybe he's never retired. I don't see him getting a statue, and same with Lamar. I just don't see it happening with a statue unless they become great, not just like they need to win a Super Bowl.
I think Joe has done that already.
Joe Burrow? He's gone to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He hasn't won one.
Correct. He's gone to the Super Bowl. He hasn't won one. Like he's done something that Lamar and Josh has never done. They haven't been in the Super Bowl yet. Like, you have to get there to win it. I know, but like Jalen Hurts, he was able to get that ring. I know he failed his first time, but again, he got back there. So it is definitely an accomplishment to get to the game too.
yeah, getting to the dance and winning it's two different things. You have to win it all to deserve a statue. I'm sorry. You can quote me, you can at me. I do not care. If you don't win a ring, you're not in contention. Or if you're not, if you either win a ring or you've changed an organization to a point where they are no longer terrible or have done something for the organization, you do not deserve a statue. Never retired? That's another story.
Right, but statue, you got to bring home the hardware. You got to bring Lombardi home. And like AJ Brown said, the Lombardi, she's not loyal.
Nope.
I think that'd be a perfect way to kind of wrap up the show here. Really excited to continue. I know that we have some guests that are coming up in regards to, but Jim, if you're going to be in the area, man, we gotta hit up a Vikings game. Maybe go to a Gophers game. You know, Kai. I'm butchering his name right now. I think it's Parrish with the Golden Gophers. He potentially could be this season's version of Travis Hunter. So that might be somebody to definitely just watch out for in regards to, he could have went anywhere. He was getting recruited by like Alabama, but he decided to stay in Minnesota. So Coy Parrish, he's going to be a name to definitely watch out for the upcoming college football season. And I know that is just, weeks away before we got Ohio State versus Texas, 1 versus 2 to kick off the college football season.
I cannot wait for that. It's going to be a fun time.
Absolutely. Well, again, thank you for joining us today, Jim, on the 94 podcast. Until next time, we'll see you at the TOP. We're out.